If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. All I have to say is wow. I mean, it is so funny to look back and hear my playoff predictions. And as I said in the video, with those predictions, I said that word means it's a fancy word for saying guessing or guess. That's all I'm doing. And when you predict something, that means you don't know. And obviously, I didn't know, and I was wrong. So let's start off with the Eastern Conference first. The number 1 seed against the number 8 seed, the Bulls versus the Pacers. That was a great series. Even though the Bulls won in 5, the Pacers could have easily took that to 6 or 7. A lot of those games are really, really close. But overall, I had a lot of fun watching that. But definitely the better team won. As far as matchups are concerned and experience, the Bulls are just too much for the up-and-coming Pacers to handle. But they definitely have a bright future. Now, I was right about the Bulls winning. I actually picked the Bulls winning in a sweep. But I was wrong about the number of games and the outcome of how many games it was. But it was definitely fun to watch. I can't wait to see the second round with the Bulls. So let's talk about the 2 and the 7 seed. The Miami Heat versus Sixers. That was almost a sweep. Very fun series. Williams hit that three-pointer in Game 4 to extend it to Game 5. I picked Miami in 6. The Philadelphia 76ers could have gone to 6, but they just didn't have enough experience. Too much Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. But that was definitely a fun series to watch, and I'm looking forward to see Miami and Boston. Let's go to the number 3 and the 6 seed, New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. Now, the Celtics had a pretty easy matchup here, in my opinion. I thought it was going to be tougher, but anytime you lose Chauncey Billups for 3 games, and then Amari Stoudemire's hurt, and a team that doesn't have any defense, you're not going to beat the Boston Celtics, period. I at least thought the Knicks might have pulled one out in New York. It's funny because the Knicks played better in Boston than they did in New York, which is ridiculous. I know a lot of people, the faithful in New York City, definitely were mad about the way the Knicks performed in New York and the Madison Square Garden. So the Knicks definitely need a training camp under their belt. The Knicks picked up Chauncey Billups' contract, so we'll see how that goes. I definitely think they'll be going after Chris Paul or Darren Williams, but either way, Knicks had a great season. They got a superstar or superstars on their team, and we'll see what happens with them. But I'm definitely looking forward to the second round with Boston and Miami. All right, let's go with the 4-5 matchup. Now, I was dead wrong on this one. I actually thought, even though the Atlanta Hawks beat them in the regular season, the Orlando Magic, I thought Orlando was going to be too much. I thought Dwight Howard was going to impose his will on the series. He did, but his teammates didn't come through for him. And I really think Dwight Howard is going to be leaving Orlando Magic. I really do, but that's for another video. But the Atlanta Hawks are playing ball, guys. I mean, Joe Johnson, Al Horford, Josh Smith, all those guys are playing good team basketball. Their home court advantage really didn't help them out a lot because when you looked at the game, the Orlando Magic had a lot of fans there too. Maybe it's because of Dwight Howard. But they're a tough team to beat. They're definitely going to be a tough team to face for the Chicago Bulls in the second round, but I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's go to the Western Conference. This is the big one I was wrong about. The number 1 seed, San Antonio Spurs, and number 8 seed, Memphis Grizzlies. Actually, a couple people, including Tupac82, told me that this was going to be a tougher series than what I expected. And I just knew, even though Memphis Grizzlies were playing well down the stretch in the regular season, I just knew with San Antonio's experience, them being the 1 seed, all the advantages they had, or I thought they had. I actually thought the San Antonio Spurs was going to sweep them or win 4-1. I thought some of the games might have been a little close here and there, but I thought the San Antonio Spurs would definitely dominate this series. And come to find out, it was the Memphis Grizzlies, who basically won this series in 6, but they should have won in 5. But they shouldn't let Gary Neal shoot that 3 in Game 5 to win it. But what a series. I mean, man, I watched every single one of those games, and I'll tell you what, the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be a team to deal with, man. My goodness, you're talking about from top to bottom, and they don't even have Rudy Gay. And they're playing better without him. They have so many athletes. Their defense, their team defense is great. Tony Allen is playing like a defensive MVP. I mean, he wouldn't even let Ginobili pass the ball without him tipping it and being all over him. It was ridiculous. And I have this thing I believe in. I call it the basketball gods. And I think I'm going to make a video about the basketball gods and tell you how I think about that. But anyways, I just thought the basketball gods would not let San Antonio lose to the Grizzlies, but I've never seen a team like this since the 2004 Detroit Pistons. That's what the Grizzlies remind me of. They play defense every possession like it's the last possession of the game, and they're trying to stop that team from scoring and beating them. That's how they play every possession, and that's how the 04 Pistons played. So congratulations to the young up-and-coming Memphis Grizzlies. San Antonio, I don't know what you're going to do this summer. You got a lot of older players. Ginobili obviously wasn't 100%. Tim Duncan's getting long in the tooth. Tony Parker had a lot of trouble against that defense, so we'll see what happens. But definitely the Memphis Grizzlies going to be team to watch in the second round against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now let's go to this 2-7 seed. This one I was wrong again. I actually thought the Lakers had an easy out. I didn't take into account Chris Paul's willingness to not let his team lose and his competitive spirit. Chris Paul is the best pure point guard in the league. Now, Derrick Rose is a better all-around player right now as far as scoring and athletic ability and things like that. But Chris Paul, as far as a pure point guard, there's nobody better than CP3, period. And he willed his team to 2 wins. And even though Chris Paul said it at the press conference that I'm not here just to push the Lakers to 6 and give them a good run, he was here to win, and he really was. But the bottom line is this is not a one-on-one. It's a team sport. He just doesn't have enough around him to contend with a team like the Lakers. But you got to take your hats off to them. And the Lakers, they better get their act together in the next round against Dallas Mavericks, because I tell you what, this is going to be a tougher series for them. I see this going 6 or 7, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And like I said, congratulations to the New Orleans Hornets. Without David West, 6 games they pushed the Lakers to. Excellent series. I was very excited about watching that, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Lakers versus the Dallas Mavericks. Let's go to the 3-6 matchup between the Dallas Mavericks and the Portland Trailblazers. Now, this was an excellent series. This pretty much went out like how I thought it was going to do, 6 or 7. Portland gave them all they could. I was actually right about this series. I actually picked Dallas in 6 or 7. It was a tough one for me to do, but obviously the better team won. Dallas won all their home games. Portland is not a good road team, as we know, but congratulations to them. Got to take your hat off to them. They're an excellent ball club, and with Greg Oden coming back and hopefully Brandon Roy at least being 80 to 90% of what he used to be, they're going to be a tough team to deal with. They got Gerald Wallace now, Marcus Camby, Andre Miller, so we'll see. But Dallas Mavericks, excellent job. They didn't choke, even though they choked in Game 5 with the 20-something point lead they had, and Brandon Roy just acted like he was Michael Jordan at the end of the third and the fourth quarter. Got to take your hat off to Brandon Roy. That guy has a heart of a champion, even though he hasn't won an NBA championship. I love Brandon Roy for his heart. Congratulations to the Portland Trailblazers for a great season, and I'm looking forward to the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers. Let's go on to the 4-5 seed. Now, this is another one I was right about. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets. This is just a bad matchup for the Denver Nuggets. Great team. A lot of B-plus good players, but they just don't have a superstar. And right now, Oklahoma City has 2 superstars and an elite superstar in Kevin Durant. That Game 5 performance, what Durant did, was special. I mean, this guy is a scoring machine. And I seen Wilson Chandler when he was guarding him. Wilson Chandler's a guy that does not show his emotions, but you can see that he was frustrated because Kevin Durant was just lighting him up. And there's nothing he could have did about it. There's nobody on this planet that could have stopped Kevin Durant in that fourth quarter in Game 5. I mean, he was unstoppable. And to me, he looked like the best basketball player in the league, including LeBron James. He looked like the best player, even better than LeBron. I mean, he was unstoppable in that fourth quarter. To me, he is the best scorer. I hear a lot of people saying Carmelo Anthony is. I disagree with that. I definitely think Kevin Durant, with his length, his ball handling, and he has no weakness on the offensive end. He can post up, he can shoot threes, he can do everything. And he had a great game, great series. He's leading scorer in the NBA playoffs, and he'll continue that. And I am definitely looking forward to him playing against the Memphis Grizzlies. But congratulations to George Karl and Denver Nuggets. They had a great season. But the Oklahoma City Thunder were too much. Westbrook took a couple of steps back. He doesn't want to shoot 30 shots. We all know about the rumors going around about him taking too many shots as a point guard, so he's starting to slow that down. You know, I think 20 shots is good for Westbrook. I really do. So, but like I said, congratulations to both teams. Like Rasheed Wallace said, both teams play hard, my man. But at the end of the day, the better team won. Oklahoma City Thunder against the Memphis Grizzlies is going to be a great matchup. All right, guys, that's my thoughts on the first round of the playoffs. Stay tuned for my second round predictions or my guesses, and let me know what you guys think, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.